item and schedule line. There are three parts in our uh, regular sales document structure, isn't it? So the structure of sales document, you have to be very clear, because header will follow its own rules, item will follow its own rules, and schedule line will follow its own rules. There are three parts. So this is how the structure will look like. You can see this header, under that item 1, then schedule line 1, item 2, schedule line 1, schedule line 2. You can take this structure, basically structure of sales documents. So again, header, you can see this, it covers your sold to party, your ship to party, your currency, any document you see your header. So it will talk about the fundamental details. If you can see, this top part is always considered as header. So that means if you can see this total weight, if you can see this pricing date, you can see this payment card. So that means all items, single activities, that means independent activities. Generally they are termed as your header activities. So if you want to be very clear on that, these are the, on the header, these are the activities, conditions, header conditions. So write this, header has following standard settings: sales, shipping, billing, conditions. Even in pricing, there are header conditions, there are item conditions. Billing, there are something called header, we have net total. In the item, we have itemized total. So 3 items, item A, 1 cost. 6 items, item B, 1 cost. So that means the cost and its bill, its taxation is also different. So billing will be item level, and on if you talk about, if you open a billing will have header and item. Delivery will have header and item. Header you sales order will have header and item. But when you go to delivery, will you have items in delivery? Delivery we have items or not?
Will be there.
Will be there.
Yeah, header and item both.
Delivery will have schedule lines.
Will have schedule lines.
No.
No.
Billing.
Billing.
No.
Billing also will not have any schedule lines,
Billing
because
also will not have any schedule lines because
billing has various invoice dates, various payment terms. So, and do remember, header is always based on the sold to party. Header is always driven by sold to party. Whatever you give in the master data of sold to party, that header will be controlled with. Item will be controlled. What is the main controlling mechanism of
what is
item?
the main controlling
Material.
mechanism of item?
Then
Material.
Material. Then
item category
Item
determination.
category.
item category determination. Item category.
Then schedule line depending on this
Then
item.
schedule line depending on this item.
Schedule line categories are associated with
Schedule line categories are associated with
item categories.
item categories.
Yes.
Right. So
And
when you
MRP.
Right. So when
absolutely MRP is the delivery mechanism when
MRP
you talk
is
about
the
the
delivery
availability to
mechanism when you
promise.
talk about.
So when you're having this material planning, the schedule line will have, we will discuss about that in detail when we are an item. So what are the major header document types we have in the system?
Inquiry, quotation, order, returns.
Take header has the following sales document types. Promotion order, CS, cash sale, GK, master contract, SC, service and maintenance contract. And when you go to SPRO, sales and distribution, sales documents, sales document header, and write this header customization process. header is controlled by the following. You write one by one. Controlled by following characteristics: number systems, general control, transaction flow, transaction flow, agreement, shipping, billing, delivery date and pricing date. This is proposed pricing date, proposed delivery date. So here, otherwise, if you don't check this, it will not propose the delivery date. Then contract. So these are general header related characteristics. Then you take this list of document categories available in SD. A is inquiry, B is quotation. Remember. What do you mean by item proposal? Any idea? Item proposal.
Product proposal.
How does it work? Suppose if you are creating a sales order,
Yes, if you want to create, if a customer is repeatedly ordering certain materials,
you can propose.
You can propose.
yeah,
You can see this. Right click on the item and we can go for propose items. Suppose the same sold to party, same sales, within the same sales area, he has proposed an item. And configuration, sub items, everything is from this screen, from this right click only. Packing proposal, lot of things can be done from this. Okay, have you taken this? Inquiry, quotation, order. That O is master contract, W is requirement plan, Order without charge is where you have returns. So in some of the repairs you are going to have, that means the order is created without any charge to the customer. Done? Sales document categories. Do remember this. It's a very important thing they're going to ask. What is indicator? Indicator. In special cases, if suppose an agreement or a delivery order or a repair, in that case we use these indicators. You take few indicators there. It will affect a table called TVAK. You also write this. TVAK. The indicator will affect TVAK table. Delivery order. Take something called as delivery order correction. Because right now for our quotation it is going to be a straightforward empty one. You've taken few out of this: delivery order, invoice correction request. So suppose if you want to create a document type which is specific to invoice correction, that means there is a problem in the invoice and you have to run a new document, that means on over that, then you have to check this indicator. Though it can be ZQT, you should have the indicator called invoice correction request. That means whenever there is a problem in the invoice, you have to run uh, a second document. That means again you have to repeat the process. Invoice correction means it will not allow you to create a new document in the history. It will only overwrite that existing one. So in that case, overwrite means it will parallelly show that this is only a correction to an existing document. System will automatically control. So these are all internal SAP's controls. And this was not there in older modules actually. Indicator. So indicator is very, very important. You have to write. So this is a recent feature, like people are using it. And here agreement, the increment will be on the item and sub item. Sub item means, what do you mean by sub item? In case of bill of materials.
Bomb.
Yeah, in bombs we use the sub item. But quotation doesn't have sub item increments and all this stuff. So and if you can see this, every time, suppose if you take a billing request, it's a debit memo request. It is not B. B is for quotation. So right now, when the functionality changes, the document category should also change. So if you do a detailed analysis of each of these things, you'll understand what are the sales document categories. See, returns is also one of the document. When it talks about returns, it is talks about orders, nothing else. It's an order written. And identify, when you go for an order written, reference mandatory is nothing is given. Read info record. You can see this delivery type. Just anyway, it's so why do we require availability check in the header? So we have discussed about the header and document types. Let us discuss something about item categories. So can you name some item categories? How does item categories work? Item categories.
Item categories.
EAN.
What is the functionality?
Functionality.
You take this picture, AFN, AGN, TAN, those are all standard. Then free, then non-stop, text. You have to remember these 12 major item categories which are driving SAP SD. See, basically there's a big challenge in understanding this item category. It is not about customizing item category determination and getting the output. You should know when an item category is created within the document, how it is determined. Hello?
Yeah.
Yes,
So
Ravi.
when it comes to item categories, so whenever you have to understand how the system works, it's not you. Don't ever explain anybody saying that how to copy an item category or how to create it. They'll expect how this item category is really driving the system. How it drives, it is based on these characteristics. Write this item category characteristics. Take this one, business data. Item category characteristics will have business data. Why the standard characteristics are not matching to the system characteristics, that you have to explain anybody, because we also have standard, then we customize new. Why are we doing that? So if you can see this, for this item category 10, schedule line is allowed. If I don't check this, schedule line will not be allowed. So take this business data, in which the important one, billing relevance, pricing, item type is also important, whether it's a standard item or value item. So 10 is a standard item, so it's empty. So take all the, because the more you understand the screen, the more it is better for you, because all item categories will have the same screen. Only thing is the checkboxes are different, isn't it? It differs by checkboxes, but the screen control is same. If we can take most of them, it is good. doing some preparation, like I suggest you guys to suppose if you can see this item relevant for delivery. If you select this and click F1, concentrate on each definition. Okay, this will only make you a good configurator. Otherwise, just by practicing, you cannot become. Indicators whether text or value item is relevant during the delivery. So that means you can see this business item. What do you mean by business item? So you have to, until you don't click FM, during the sales the business data that you enter for an item is allowed to differ from the business data of the header. Means what? What do you mean by that?
That means changing. If it is at the header level, like an availability check and.
No, it's not like that.
That is for
when you see, suppose when you have a payment term on the at the header level, okay, and you also have created a payment term at the item level. That means item has a payment. So the header says that 101000, and this division belongs to, that means the product what you have chosen, that division belongs to 02. Then this 02 will be updated by this 00. Header division is always 00, but item division can differ. That's what business item means. The pricing information of the item, that means the item will have certain product information. Product information will supersede the BP, the customer master information. That's what it is. Okay. It will say that item related determination has been affected, yes or no. You have to click the tick mark. So that's what business item means. So like that, everything has a meaning in it. So you click F1, this one will take not less than 2 or 3 days to prepare. So most of the fields, if you can see here, bill of material, maybe if you want to get into advanced stage, then you have to understand what is this configuration strategy. So if you want to get into the BOM related activities, so controls and runs automatically during the configuration. So that means configuration strategy is nothing but many, like a bicycle will have multiple colors and multiple spare parts. So the configuration strategy is important for a BOM person. Okay, anyway, we are not learning the BOM in detail here, but pricing, statistical value, though you are not taking it, click F1, it will tell you what it is. It is about the reporting format. The system will take into account whether it determines the total value of the document. That means whatever calculation, pricing calculation is done with this item, do you want to enter into statistical activity or not? That's what they will be interested into. What are the statistical values? System will copy item to the header total. That is the reason it is going to every item. Suppose if you take value cannot be used statistically. When you create an item, its price is some $100. That $100 will not go into the total net value. That's what statistical value means. So you have to get into these fields. As more you go, the more you learn the subject. So that's what I say, customization is not just only copying. It is about understanding each field as detailed as possible. Okay. So come to the schedule line part, schedule item. An ABC rule you have to follow. You take this list. Just remember the screenshots. You'll automatically, you can see this: A for inquiry, B for quotation, C for order, and D for returns. And this is how this starting letter is: A for inquiry, B for quotation, C for order, D for returns. So you take this list. Schedule line category is always associated to item category in orders. So when you go into this schedule line categories, as we are discussing about, schedule line categories are already associated with your item categories. So you have to understand schedule line categories are having very strong association with entire the document. You can see item category. Suppose if I go for a tan is associated with an MRP type, then a schedule line category. This is called MRP type. So that means how this manufacturing is done at the back end, that is related to the schedule line, not just that means your manufacturing, your warehouse management. So that's what we have: manual reorder planning, something called forecast based planning, automatic reorder. This planning, these MRP types are already followed by your MRP, your warehouses, your quality check team, your manufacturing team. So everybody knows about this. Is a PP concept actually, not just an MM or SD concept. So this MRP type is followed because whenever this TAN is created, and if your MRP type is PD, which is MRP, and so this equation, when it matches schedule line category, CP, okay, manual anyway we can give CN one more, but CP is again, CP means MRP. So it's only about picking it, but after picking, how it behaves, it will have the different schedule line categories. For example, we're talking about this CP, deterministic. So now you take the business data. Schedule line category depends on business data, and very, very important, check this moment type. Moment type, which is item relevant for delivery. Whenever it is relevant, the moment types will start. So 601 is one of the moment which we use in the MM warehouse. As I have said, you have to, you can see this account assignment category. If it is still left empty, if you can see account assignment categories, you have many account assignments. Suppose if you want to get into a serious customization of the financial accounting, so then they will ask you to associate with F order, because this is the delivery which you are conducting, and you can select F if you want. Or you want to make it to a cost center, it should come into cost center accounting, so you can make it as cost center. It all depends on how you are going to associate with account assignment. So every field inside this is not just creating it. You have to understand why these fields are available. The more you understand what are available here, the more you'll understand what is that field all about. So something like, you can see this availability, and you have assembly requirement, and also talk into product allocation. So you take this screen. So tomorrow we don't have a session because that's August 15th. Have something to go out. So day after tomorrow we are going to catch up at the same time at 7:30. Okay, Veera, Murli.
Okay, Ravi. Okay.
Tomorrow we are not having a session.
Okay.
Right then. Catch you. Right. So,
Thank you. Bye.
Yeah, bye. You have the screen with you, right? You can.